Hey Dabbers, and welcome back to another Dab 2000 video and another remake podcast. If you don't know, I'm Dab 2000 and this is my co-host.
Dab 1000 Jr.
Why do you have a flashlight? Sorry for audio viewers, but he had a flashlight.
Yeah.
But today is another remake podcast, episode 7. That's kind of insane that we've done 7 of these now.
I thought we'd done like 12.
12? It's only been 7 episodes. And today we are remaking Mission Impossible 2. The only Mission Impossible movie that's actually not good. So, yeah. You're probably wondering why we're making this. We were going to do this before Dead Reckoning Part 1 came out. But didn't. So we've already seen it. We saw it like Wednesday. Wait. Actually, we've seen this a week ago. Because today we're filming this on Wednesday. So we've seen it exactly a week ago.
No. We saw it in our last challenge fun.
No one's seen that challenge fun. It hasn't been uploaded. This is going to be uploaded first.
Oh. Yeah.
But it's been exactly a week since we saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, let's hear Junior's review. He started to talk about it a little bit in the ranking I did. What do you actually think of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1?
It was good.
It was good. Yeah, I actually really did enjoy it. Now, this is probably the catch-up bit of what we think about stuff we saw. So here's the spoiler section of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Secret Invasions Episode 4. Because I don't think I've reviewed it on the channel yet. And we like to review stuff in this little section we call in our podcast.
What's this podcast section called? It's called...
Movie things we watch.
That's dumb.
I don't know. Comments down below what should we call this little section of movie stuff we talk about. And what are you doing?
I think Secret Invasions is okay.
Secret Invasions is getting better.
Yeah.
I'm not liking how they get lower in minutes. Like episode 4 was like 37 minutes or something.
Even though it was the best episode.
It was the best episode yet. Dude, Rhodey is a Skrull.
The whole time.
Talos' daughter survived.
Talos is...
And then Talos is dead. Like, what? And this might be dated now. Whenever you're watching this, but we haven't seen episode 5. Outdated. But, episode 5 came out today, because it's a Wednesday, and we haven't seen it yet. I'm wearing my Secret Invasion shirt.
I'm wearing my camo shirt.
Yeah. That's not even a shirt, that's a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Even though it's summer.
I'm a sweatshirt kid.
Alright, so... What'd you think about... What was your favorite, like, action scene in Dead Reckoning Part 1?
The train.
Train sequence? That was a good scene. I thoroughly enjoyed it. What would you rate it out of 10? Because I already have my rating on the channel and my shorts. So go check out my shorts if you want to see my rating. But
8.1.
8.1? Pretty nice. I think this might be my second or first favorite movie of this year.
First?
Yeah.
If it's first, then it's 10.
I know. But it's like... It's either Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Those are my 1 and 2 of this year so far. And they're head and head. I think I will make that decision...
Tomorrow.
No, when I rewatch both of them for a second time. And yeah, I think that's when my decision will come in. But let's go into talking about Mission Impossible 2. And this movie is not good. We both agree, right?
Yeah.
By far, this is the weakest. And I've talked about this on my channel with the rankings. It's just clearly boring and not that good. No one cares about the romance between Naya and Ethan. And the only good thing about this movie is the cool action. And that's it.
But it's not even cool action.
You don't like the motorcycle chase? No? Alright, so let's get like a dive in about what this movie, how long it is and stuff. Because I forgot to do this for Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
So, this movie is 2 hours and 3 minutes.
No, it's 18 seconds.
It just said, my notes say 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Dang it.
I don't know how much seconds. It came out in the 2000s. That's it. 2000.
So it came out in 2000.
Yeah. The Rotten Tomato score is a 56, and the audience score is a 42.
Oh.
And it's directed by John Woo.
Sensei Woo.
So, everyone agrees. Critics and audience agree. This movie's not good.
But it's bad.
I mean, if it wasn't a Mission Impossible movie, I think this movie would be okay, kind of good, right?
Yeah.
But because it is a Mission Impossible movie, and there's like a bunch of action scenes and stuff in all the movies, this one falls flat, of course, because it's very boring. It doesn't feel like a Mission Impossible movie. So we both have scripts. Junior doesn't have notes anymore. He just goes off his mind ever since Book of Boba Fett.
If you know, you know. We're not going to explain, but if you know, you know.
Yeah. So, Junior has decided to go first.
I have changed my mind. Psych,
Wait, what?
I'm not. Okay,
Okay.
I'll go first.
I always ask him if it's going to be another Transformers fix.
And if you know about Transformers.
But is it?
No.
No.
No Madagascar characters.
No penguin?
Huh.
Alright. Okay,
Maybe
so Junior's...
Kowalski.
No. Alright, you're going first.
Rico is in it.
Bruh.
I'm joking. Okay.
You gonna go?
Yeah. So the movie starts off with the main guy,
What's his
Mission
name?
Impossible.
No, what's his name?
Cheechin
No,
Hunt.
no.
Ethan
Wait.
Hunt.
Ethan Hunt.
That's what I said.
No, you said Mission Impossible. That's not his name.
I'm gonna call him Impossible, okay?
You better call him Ethan.
I'll call him Hut.
Hunt. Hunt.
I'll call him Hunt.
Good.
So,
Mr. Hunt.
Mr. Hunt wakes up. No, it starts the movie with him walking into this building, and he goes in, and there's like a pool game going on.
Like the
Yeah, the one with the balls.
and the
The
stick things.
paddle.
They're not paddles.
I don't know what they are.
You put the little like white thing on it and then.
Yeah,
You know.
we don't play pool.
No, we don't.
But so yeah.
That's it.
No.
That's
So
the movie.
he walks in, and dang, this is hard, guys. But he walks in.
You can know he didn't set up his script
I didn't say
beforehand.
at the beginning.
Okay.
So he walks in to
You have cool action,
the
though,
pool.
right?
Yes. He just let me talk.
Sorry.
He walks in, and then when he's walking to the place, like to the building, where he gets, like when he's walking home. Actually, no. Scrap all the things I just said.
Wait, I have a question.
What?
Is anyone in Mission Impossible 2 that showed up in this movie?
No.
Just Ethan Hunt.
Yes.
Alright.
So, this
No Luther?
No, I don't know.
Do you know who Luther is?
Yes! Let me talk!
Okay.
Please. So, the movie starts off with Ethan Hunt about to go to bed. Or, no, about to get in the shower, because he just had a long day at work.
Hey! What was his work? Just like mission, a mission he just completed, or
Not
real
a mission, like real work.
Real work.
Like his real job. Does he have a real job?
Maybe in the third one.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
But so and then he gets a mission, and it says you have
Wait,
to.
where's the mission? Is it in the shower head?
Yeah.
Like your mission, you know?
No.
You know, that's always the cool
Yeah.
thing is where the mission is in the
Yeah,
movies.
it's
Is
in-
it in the shower?
Yeah, head. It's the shower head.
Okay.
And then it says, you have to go to this building where it's like a pool place where they play pool, but there's also like.
Like a casino or?
Sure. and it says you have to get the book. Which there's a book that like.
Okay, so you have an objection. Is
Yeah.
a book.
The main story is about trying to get the book, but I promise it's probably gonna be like Dead Reckoning with the keys. But I swear I made this story. I swear I made this story up before I saw the movie. I promise.
Yeah.
So if it's a little similar, it's not my fault. So he has to get the book. So, and I'm not gonna say what the book is yet.
It's gonna be like a rabbit's foot. You'll never know what it is.
So then they go, and then he says, and then he accepts it, and then he has to leave his apartment, and then the shower head explodes, and he gets like in his clothes.
Yeah, like this message will self-destruct in 5
Yes.
seconds.
So then he goes to the place where the book is, and he walks inside, and then there's like music, and then like them playing pool, and then he sees the book in a glass case like hanging on the wall, and he needs to get that. But there's like these two like random bad guys.
Yeah.
Like just random people.
Big people, like big and muscular people, or
No, just like normal people.
Right.
And they're just standing next to the book talking. They're not guarding it. They just are standing there talking. And then he has to figure out a way to distract them. So what he does was challenges them for a pool game so they could move.
Dang, all on the line for a pool.
Yeah.
A game of pool.
And then, because the people that were standing next to it are also trying to get the book because they were like looking under it and seeing how they can get it.
Yeah.
And then Ethan Hunt told him that we both want the book, so whoever wins the pool game gets to have the other person has to help him capture the book, like get the book off the wall.
All right.
So they play pool for a while, and then Ethan Hunt loses.
Dang.
So
Okay.
So he helps them get the book off secretly, and then the guy grabs the book and says like thank you for opening us, and like we're gonna go. And then when they leave, Ethan Hunt walks out of the another door, and then he pulls the book out of his pocket, so he somehow got it.
Dang! So he like did a little swappy swap.
Yeah, and then the guys like are like talking to us. Finally, we got it, and then they pull it out, and then there's a message, and it says "See a wiener dojis." It doesn't say that. I'm joking. And then
But it says something like that.
Yeah, it says something like funny. And then they are mad, so then they run in the place and see him just leaving. So then they hunt Ethan. They hunt Mr. Hunt, and then so he's like running.
You wanted to say that, didn't you?
Yeah. So he's like running down alleyways, and then they're chasing him, and then he
Kind of like
runs.
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Dude, stop. He's running, and then he's just like running, and then he sees his car with Luther driving.
Yes, sir.
And Benji.
Dude, Benji doesn't get introduced until the third one.
My bad.
There's a guy named Billy
Nah, I don't know.
in the second one.
Let's just add Luther.
There's Naya.
No, just Luther.
Billy drives.
No! Just Luther.
But wait, then
No.
just Luther?
Yes.
Do you want Benji?
No.
Dang, he's disrespecting Benji like that.
You said Benji, not even Andy!
Benji's not in the second one.
Yeah, so just calm down, dude.
Alright,
So, and then it's like a black van. So,
Kind of like the Fallout one.
sure. And then Ethan Hunt like opens the door and like jumps in, and then the two guys get in their motorcycles and like chase them, and now it's like a cool kind of like car chase.
Right.
And in like every Mission Impossible, there's some car chase.
That's true. That's very
So
true.
they're all driving.
Oh wait, I don't have a car chase in my fix.
It's fine. So they're driving, and then one of the guys pulls out like a chain whip.
Mace.
What do you mean?
Well, you're saying like chase. What if there's like a chain?
Yeah.
What if it's one of those chain things with like the spike ball at the end of it?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I was talking about.
That's
So
not
it's
a
like-
mace, is it?
No.
Mace is the
Other thing.
other thing.
So it's like one of those kind of things. and then he grabs it, and like one of the guys has it. The other guy has like a
gun.
Gun, yeah. And then so the guy with the chain, he throws it, and it like breaks through the door. And like when he pulls it, the door comes flying off.
Man, he's got some strength.
Yeah.
Boy, got some strength.
And then Ethan Hunt, he throws it again, the whip, the chain, and then it lands and almost hit Ethan Hunt. And then he grabs it, and then pulls it, and then the guy like falls off, and then gets ran over by the truck.
Bro, you're going violent.
And then the other motorcycle, like the one that the guy fell off of, it falls over onto the guy.
Yeah.
The other guy, it hits him, and then he like tumbles down. And then Luther and Ethan go and drive away.
Okay.
Sorry.
Corona.
So, and then when they get home, he like pulls out the book, and then and then Luther's like, "What's in it?" And then he remembers. I forgot to tell the dabbers, but the guy said, like the guy that gave him the mission said, "You're not don't ever open the book, like don't open it."
Well, you forgot to tell me too.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. But so he's like, so Luther's like, "What's in the book?" And then Ethan's like, "I don't know," but he said not to open it. He's like, "Why?" I was like, "I don't know." And then Ethan's like, "I don't know." And then Luther's like, "Well, let's find out." And then Ethan grabs the book and puts it back in his pocket. And he goes like, "No, we shouldn't." And then he has to get the book and give it back to the people. What are they called?
IMF.
Yeah, they have to give it to them. So then he gets, and then he's
Impossible Mission Force.
Yeah, sure. So
that's what IMF stands for.
Yeah, so he walks outside and gets on a motorcycle, and he's like, "Luther, I'll meet you there. Meet you at the airport." Because they have to fly to the place. There's not one near them. So then
Dead Reckoning vibes.
There's not gonna be a fight in the airport, dude. Just stop. So then they drive there, and when they get in, they go in, and then they see this guy that's like looking weird. He's blind, and he's like a teenager. Right? He's like 16.
Blind agent.
Yeah. So then.
Very nice. New character, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So then he bumps into Ethan Hunt. And then he just thought, and then he goes like, "Sorry, yeah. I can't see."
The blind guy stole the book, didn't he?
Maybe. And then Ethan thinks nothing happened, and then he goes in his plane and buckles down, and then he takes off, and then he reaches for the book, and he can't feel it, and then he realizes that blind guy has it.
Yep.
And then the blind guy goes on a whole nother mission, like a whole different plane. So then,
man, there's something insane's gonna happen.
But Ethan Hunt, he put a tracker on the book because in case something bad like this would happen, and something bad happened. So when they land, he copies in Luther and them and Ethan are sitting together.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he has that blind guy that rammed into me has the book. We need to go find him. And then he pulls out a watch, and it shows a map where he's going. And then when they get off their plane, they realize he's just 3 hours away from them. He's in the same state as them, so he realizes he can probably stop them. So they drive over to him, and then so when they're driving over. And then they see, the kid, and then he gets in,
The blind guy?
Yeah, the blind kid. He gets into a whole different plane, but it's, a huge plane. It's kind of like the helicarrier, but it has, it stores a ton of planes on the plane.
Yeah.
So, and it also has, tanks and cars, so it's kind of like a warplane.
Okay.
But he gets on there. Because he's trying to give it to, he's just trying to take it for himself because he wants to see what it is. He doesn't work for anyone. But he gets on the plane, like he sneaks on it because he's not supposed to be on it.
Yeah.
And then Ethan, and then Luther says he's not gonna come. You have to do this one yourself.
Dang, Luther.
So then, but he said I'll help you on the computers.
Okay.
So,
because Ethan's gonna do something insane.
Yeah. So Ethan runs like on the ship and sneaks on, and then he sees the kid, and then it's flying, and then they like ram like Ethan like
does his run.
Yeah, he does his run to hunt him, and the kid looks behind like
you just said he looks.
This kid, he's like really talented because he can hear everything. He's like really good at hearing, and he hears someone running at him like near his way. He doesn't know who it is, so he just runs. But he like can hear everything, so like he knows where to go and stuff. And then he like runs
because that's just how movies work.
And then he runs on top of the plane, but like you're supposed to go on top of the plane.
Okay.
And then there's like, this is where like the planes and then cars are, and then the kid gets in a car.
Okay. And
starts driving.
Yep.
Because he thinks he can just drive off the plane and then like land in the ocean and survive.
Yeah.
So then he like starts driving, and then Ethan sees him, so he runs faster, and then the kid goes full drive mode, and then drives straight off the plane.
Dang.
Into the ocean. But like they're really high up, so then the car's like falling, and then Ethan jumps off too.
Bro goes free falling.
Bro jumped off the helicarrier Lego superheroes.
Wait, it's a helicarrier?
No.
Wait, they're on a helicarrier type thing?
Yeah, that's basically what they're on. A helicarrier type thing. You have the same thing, don't you? So
I have a helicarrier type thing.
Dude, so the car is falling, and then one of the car doors open, and then Ethan like grabs onto the handle, and like gets in and kicks the kid, and then like he bursts out the door and falls. Mm-hmm. But then they like fight in the air while it's falling, and then so what the kid does is he kicks Ethan Hunt in the like face.
Yep.
And then Sue has the book and like holds it out, and then he turns on a parachute.
Turns on a parachute?
He like pulls the lever and a parachute comes out.
Yeah.
And then Ethan like and then he sees the book, and then he's like falling, and then he grabs one of the car doors, and then like he puts it like to his chest so he doesn't die. And then when he lands on the water, the car door floats, and then he's floating on it, and then he looks up and sees the kid. And then the kid gets away, but then Ethan gets to the shore, which is like a beach area.
Yep.
But there's like people at the beach.
Okay.
So
you halfway done?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm halfway.
Halfway?
Yeah. So then.
Let's make sure.
So then.
He knows when I'm almost done because he can see how much paragraphs I have left. I don't know how much left does he have in the mind of his.
But so, that was the big stunt in the movie.
The just jumping out of the helicarrier and like grabbing onto a car.
Yeah, that was the big stunt. So then.
Seems like a big stunt.
So then, on beaches, there's volcanoes.
Is that a fact?
But,
beaches have volcanoes.
So you can probably sense what's going on here. Cause
yeah,
the kid
he's just going to jump in the volcano.
No. So the kid grabs the book, and he knows, like, the kid realizes he opens the book, and it's about, like, bad stuff that could destroy the world. Yeah. Like, how to destroy the world and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then he realizes he needs to destroy it. And then he breaks into this person's like house, and then like pulls out
What did you just do?
He pulls out a gun and like shoots and says everybody out, and then everyone like runs out, and then he goes to the
like that one in the train in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
I don't know.
And then Grace is
dude. I mean, just talk. So, he runs to the garage and finds like a bunch of tools and tries breaking it, but it's like hard to break and he can't break it.
Yeah.
So then he goes to the thing.
What thing?
To the volcano because he
Okay.
sees one. So he starts like running there, and then there's like a bridge
Who,
over.
Ethan?
No, the kid.
Is he still on a parachute?
No, he landed on the beach.
Oh, okay.
Too. And then there's like a bridge over the volcano, so you can like walk and visit it and see under it. And yeah, kind of like Madagascar, but not really.
Dude.
No, it's not. I swear. So then he walks.
I had enough of Madagascar
No,
on this channel.
This isn't Madagascar.
You know, how would you feel if we fixed a Madagascar film?
Happy, but let me talk, son, sonny boy.
Don't call me son.
So and then Ethan sees the kid running like up the volcano, because there's like stairs so you can go on the bridge, and then Ethan runs, and then the guy, you know, the guy that got ran over and his friend.
Yes.
The friend is still alive.
That guy ran over by a truck?
No, the guy that ran. No, there's two of them.
I know there were two.
The one.
Whatever happened to the last guy? Did you? I don't know.
He got the motorcycle tipped over when the guy fell off, and then hit the guy.
The other guy.
Yeah, and then it fell over. But this guy sees them both running up the volcano, and then he has like like 5 other people with him, and then because they're trying to get the book, so then they run to the book, like because they see the kid's about to drop it, and then the kid gets to the bridge, and then he's about to drop it, and then Ethan like tackles him and like pushes him down.
Hop, take a hike.
And then they're like punching each other and fighting, and then the guy with the gun and stuff, they start shooting the bridge.
Ooh.
And then
That's not good.
And then Ethan grabs the book, and then they both run. And then he tries to run off the bridge, and so does the blind kid. So he's also running.
How old is he? Did you say he was 16?
He's like 16 or 17.
Okay.
So he's not that old. So and then they like shoot 2 of the strings, and then the bridge like falls, and then it like
Indiana.
no, and then it like hits the lava, some of it, and then it breaks, and then they're like climbing up it, and then they shoot 1 more string, and there's only 1 string left, and then it breaks, and then Ethan jumps up, and then the bridge breaks, but then he grabs the blind kid's hand, and then like pulls him up, and then he says, "We gotta get out of here. They're hunting for the book. Are you with me or not?" And he says, "I don't even know you." And then he's like, and then he just runs.
It's just like, "Sucks for you." He just
And
runs off.
he just runs. Ethan runs, and then he hears the gunshots firing at him, and then he just follows Ethan.
Yeah.
And then they run in the woods, and like trying to get out of
The
it.
woods. I said this was a beach.
No, like they just run in like, you know those like woody areas in a beach?
Yeah. How big is this beach?
Not that big, not too big.
Okay.
So then when they get to when they run out of the like wood area, and then they see the ocean, so then they see like this boat, like really small. It can fit like maybe like 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
So then they both jump on, and then like turn it, and then it like goes flying.
Yeah.
Really fast. And then the guys with the guns jump on a different boat and chase them. Mm-hmm. And they're like chasing each other, and then they're like shooting them.
Okay.
And then they shoot Ethan's arm like his shoulder area, and then he drops.
Just life lesson: if you get shot in the shoulder in a movie, you're fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
But he drops the book and it goes under to the ocean.
Dang.
And the kid hears it, so he dives in to get it.
Bro, he can't see.
That's the point.
And he can't hear under the water.
I know. So he's just guessing.
Oh man.
And then
Mission impossible.
for the kid, it's impossible. And then Ethan sees like a ton of sharks,
Sharks?
and the kid doesn't know, so the kid will die. So Ethan doesn't know what to do, and then the guys are shooting at him, and then they shoot the boat, and then Ethan dives in, and then the boat like explodes, and then he grabs the kid, and then the kid grabs the book.
Okay.
And then they
Wild guess.
And then they swim up, and then they see the people, and then they thought they killed them, and then they're like, everyone look for the book. The book. It's under the water, and they don't see.
I thought the kid got the book.
They don't know. They don't see the kid. They still think it just is underwater, and they think they killed Ethan and the kid.
Okay.
So they dive in, look, and then Ethan get in their boat and drives away, and then they look and they're like, oh, poopy nuggets. And then they drive away, and then they get the book, and then they go to the place, what's it called?
IMF.
Yeah. And then they're walking in there, like running up, and then this guy, and then one of the guys from in the boat water, like the guy that got hit by the motorcycle from the beginning of the movie, he's like standing there, and then they have and then they have like a good old fight, and then
One final fight in the streets.
Yeah, and then they're fighting, and then the kid grabs the book and punches like the bad guy, and gives the book to Ethan. He goes like, "Go, give it to your boss." And then he grabs the bad guy and like runs and pushes him out the window, but he comes with him.
The blind kid?
Yeah. So they're both falling, and then the blind kid like kicks him, and then the blind kid has another picture. I'm joking. I'm joking. So then they're both falling, and then he pushes the bad guy, and then onto a helicopter blade while it's flying up.
Bro! Oh my.
And then Ethan sees it, and then Ethan realizes, and then Ethan like runs up to the boss, slaps the book on the table, and then like jumps out the window too.
Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum.
And then Ethan's like trying to get faster, and gets like close to him.
Yeah.
And then he grabs him, and then they like talk and be like, "This is the end" and stuff.
This is the end.
And
boys.
then the guy that he gave the book to, that has the book.
The boss?
Yeah. He like has a jet, and then he like flies and they like land on it and they survive. And then that's basically the end of the movie.
Nice job. So that is your Mission Impossible 2. How you would make it better.
I was gonna have an avalanche, but I changed my mind.
He broke a Lego in the background. If you're listening, you don't see it, but like, you literally just broke a Lego.
But if you guys don't know, I was gonna add an avalanche.
Avalanche.
Yeah, but I didn't. Okay, you're fixed now.
My turn. You've been talking for about 30 minutes almost.
I wasted like 6 minutes at the beginning.
Alright, so now it's my turn to tell you guys how I would fix Mission Impossible 2, the Tuiverse.
What?
So my thing is they're all Muppets and they all. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But are you okay, Junior?
Yeah, keep going.
All right, so the movie starts off with what are you doing?
I'm just moving it up here.
You can't see it. All right, right there. Ethan Hunt is walking into a grocery store and walks down like a couple aisles and stuff and gets in an aisle and stands next to the cereal aisle, you know?
Because I Captain Crunch, yes, sir.
And then, you know how there's like, this is like the aisles that there's an aisle here and then here?
Yeah.
Ethan's standing in a cereal aisle and then there's a guy in front of him on the other side of the aisle.
Yeah.
And,
you gotta go kind of quick, guys.
yeah. They say a phrase, you know, like, you know how they like have to. No, they say a phrase, like, you know, like to know you're an IMF agent.
Yeah.
And stuff. I don't have the phrase. I just want a cool phrase.
Yeah.
Then a cereal box comes through.
Yeah.
and then Ethan grabs it and leaves the store.
Yeah.
He gets to his house and sits down on the table and opens the cereal box, and there's like a tape.
Boy got scammed.
There's like a tape, and it's kind of like the Mission Impossible Fallout tape he gets.
Yeah.
For his mission. The tape says that there's an organization at the biggest company in the world.
Yeah.
And they're working undercover in that company base. Yeah. And they're getting like lots of information there.
Yeah.
So they can blow up that part of the place.
Yeah.
Not the whole world, just this part of the place.
Yeah.
You good, Junior?
Yeah. Go, my kid.
And then Ethan's mission, if he chooses to accept it, is to stop the organization from the company and stop them from blowing up this place. So I'm saying this might be Chicago or New York.
Yeah.
So, and then the message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
He puts the
Boy wasted his money.
He puts the tape back into the
cereal
cereal box and like closes it up, and then smoke comes out of the box like every Mission Impossible movie. Then someone says behind Ethan. Remember, he's in his house.
Yes.
And he says, "You know our plans now." Then Ethan turns around, starts to fight this dude, but we can't see who it is because it's dark time.
Yeah.
It's pitch black. And it's like he has all the lights off except the one next to the table he was at.
Yeah.
So they're fighting in the dark. And then another guy comes out of nowhere and grabs Ethan and throws him against the wall. And Ethan passes out.
Yeah.
Then Ethan wakes up in a chair, tied up and everything. Junior?
Yeah.
Yeah, frame.
That's the point.
So, he's tied up in a chair. The guys come up to him and we still can't see the guy.
Yeah.
He's still in the dark. And because no, he's not in the dark because he has sunglasses on and a bandana right here.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't see who he is. And
it's Benji or Luther.
The guy says, if you come anywhere near the company, I will kill you. If you try to stop us, I will kill you. If you are alive after this, I will kill you.
So he'll just kill you.
So
basically, for you guys who don't know, he will just kill you.
Ethan is so confused and says, who are you? The guy turns around and says, you'll find out soon. The guys grab a lighter. The guy grabs a lighter and then lights it and then throws it on the ground. And then they walk out. No, they throw the lighter near Ethan and then the guys walk out. Ethan tries to escape but can't. So he accepts defeat. And that's the end of the movie.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Good.
Ethan died.
Good. Okay, yeah. So if you guys like this video, don't
I'm
forget
just kidding. And then IMF soldiers come in and freeze Ethan and leaves the house. Intro. You know, the boom, boom, boom,
Yes.
boom, 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 boom. Alright, Ethan is sitting at a desk.
Oh, where my intro is when they kill that guy and runs him over and then they go home.
Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so
Bum.
Ethan is sitting at a desk with the leaders of the IMF, like who runs the IMF, and how he was almost killed in a house. His house is gone. It's ashes now.
Yeah.
It caught fire. And how they're gonna stop this guy. But Ethan tells them that this is his mission, and he has to go and complete it. But he also says, I need a team to do this mission. So, his team is Luther, Billy, which I was trying to see if you wanted him, but Billy. We got Naya. That's the girl in the film, but she's not a love interest. She's just like an agent.
Yeah.
Then I made up 2 new people. I made up a soldier guy that works with the IMF and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And Spider-Man.
And helped Ethan get out of the fire and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's like pretty tough and stuff.
Yeah.
I would imagine him being pretty buff too.
Yeah.
And his name is Blake.
Yeah.
And then there's
Blake the Badger, if you know what that's from, comment down below. I do.
So there's also another guy that's a sniper, and his name is Paul.
Paul Blart.
I knew you were gonna say that. How long do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Dude, you gotta rush.
5. I only have 5 paragraphs.
You gotta hurry up, though.
Alright, so they get set it up in an apartment to do their job, okay? So they get all their gear out, like set it all over the beds and stuff, the desk and everything, you know? So the first thing they do is send everyone out except for Ethan and Luther. They're sitting in the apartment watching a screen.
They're watching Looney Tunes.
No, they're watching. They have a laptop, so and then every single agent has like a little camera on them, so you can see what they're doing. So that's what Ethan and Luther are watching, and everyone else goes out. Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone else is spying on this building, the biggest company, and they see how much guards there are and stuff like that. And
yes. Hurry up, son.
And where the boss is, like what floor the boss is.
Yes.
So Paul goes on the roof because he's a sniper and stuff.
Yeah.
And he sees that the boss is on the top floor. Okay? Stop it. The boss is on the top floor. And Paul's... Wait, I just said that.
Boy, he's repeating his life.
And then they realize they were watching Paul's camera of stuff. They realized Billy's camera was moving a lot.
So he died?
And they see that he got kidnapped.
Raggy.
And everyone doesn't know where he is, where he went. So Blake is like running because he's an agent and stuff.
Yeah.
So he goes running and stuff and tries to find him. But Ethan, like runs out of the apartment and like, and then Luther tells him directions of where Billy's camera was last seen.
Yeah, kid.
This is the main Ethan running bit, you know?
Yeah.
So Ethan gets there and you see some goons tying up Billy. And Ethan chases after the goons because the goons like booked it and ran.
Alright, go heck no.
Oh, heck no. And they just run. So, because they ran, Naya finds Billy, too. And, she unties him, okay?
Yeah.
Ethan stops both of the goons, and stuff. But, he sees the guy with the sunglasses and the bandana.
Yes.
And he says so he lives. And the guy with the sunglasses pulls out a gun and starts shooting at Ethan. Because he said if he sees him alive, he'll kill him. You know? And Ethan dodges them because he's an absolute legend.
Menace to society.
So and then when the guy is out of ammo, he just runs. And then Ethan chases after him. And after a little bit of chasing, they eventually get to a rooftop. And the guy gets on a helicopter, and says, because you lived, I'm going to kill the boss tomorrow. Then he escapes.
Yeah.
Alright. Then they all meet back up at the apartment. Ethan is mad and tells Blake, that's the agent guy, of where he was.
How'd you just spit on my knee?
I
I'm
did
confused.
not spit on your knee. I don't think I did that, Junior. Talk to the viewers real quick.
By the way, guys, we're working on Deb 2000 movie too. It's so hard.
No, we aren't.
We're making up the script still.
No, we aren't.
I am.
No, you're not.
Me and Minnie have been. I'm not kidding.
Well, it might never happen.
It probably won't.
But Blake, Ethan's mad at Blake because he said he was going to chase after, trying
By
to
the
get
way,
Billy.
I'll just say, do you know who Blake is?
Who?
Blake the Badger from FNAF.
When did I ask?
Hey, was I talking to you? No, I was talking to the Dabbers.
All right, let me at least get through this, okay?
Let you just hurry up, my G.
All right. So, Ethan tells Luther to search up who this guy was, but it doesn't have that much information about him except that his code name is the Executor. Okay.
Dead reckoning.
No, what do you mean?
The main bad guy doesn't have animation.
What?
I don't know.
Dude, he's wearing a bandana and sunglasses.
Yeah, so was your mom. That left to go get the milk.
But they make a plan to get into the building, so they have to use masks,
Yeah.
masks to be a person that's going to have a meeting with the boss tomorrow, and there's a lot of locks and stuff in there they have to go through. So Ethan is going to wear a mask, and Paul is going to be on the roof. If he sees Executor, will come and stuff, because he's a sniper. And Blake will come if something goes wrong. And everyone else will stay in the apartment and watch what happens. Alright. The next day, Ethan goes in the building. Junior, you alive? Ethan goes into the building as this guy that's going to have a meeting with the boss. Okay, Junior? And, but Ethan goes up the elevator, and then the real guy that Ethan's dressed up as comes through the door, like his car and stuff.
Comes through the door.
And there's another man with him with a briefcase. So Blake knocks them out, both of them.
Because we mean business.
And
We've seen Kung Fu Panda 5, we mean business.
And brings them to an alley. And Blake dresses up as the man with the briefcase. And also grabs the briefcase and runs inside the building. And tries to get up the elevator. But he can't. So he has to open the door to the elevator,
Yeah.
And then he climbs up the ropes.
No, and then it goes up.
So he climbs up the ropes. Ethan gets up to the boss level and tries to warn him that he's in danger, but the boss doesn't care and wants his papers now.
Yeah.
Ethan is confused and says, "What papers?" The boss says, "The papers that I assigned you yesterday." Meanwhile, Blake is climbing up the ropes from the elevator, and Ethan was on. Wait, what?
Was on.
Okay, Ethan's elevator he was on was coming down, and it's coming down to Blake as he's climbing the ropes. So he has to jump to the other ropes.
This is Mission Impossible 1 vibes.
No, there's only a guy on the top of the elevator.
And now they're on the bottom? Wow, a huge difference.
No. They don't climb up the ropes in the first one.
Oh.
You gotta use that big
Yeah,
brain
but
of yours,
it's still
Kilo.
in the elevator and they're about to die by the elevator crushing them.
It's only Blake.
Yeah, kid.
So he has to jump to the other ropes on the other side of the elevator and then jump back to the other rope when that elevator shaft goes down. So he does that. And when Ethan is about to use a smoke bomb the whole room, Blake comes through the elevator door and says, "Here you go, sir. You left your briefcase in the car." So, we have 2 more paragraphs left. We're almost done.
Hurry up, Sonny boy.
We're almost done, Junior.
I'm gonna call Fred and make him put his plunger on your face.
Bro, stop it, man. Fred doesn't exist.
What?
So, Ethan takes the briefcase and hands it to the boss. And he opens the briefcase, and the boss, like, grabs the papers out of it and says, "Thanks for the hard work." Then Ethan says, "Come on, sir, you're in danger." But then the boss pulls out a gun and points it to Ethan's head.
Oh, why am I Ethan?
Then the boss says, "I know it's you, Ethan." Then the boss comes over and rips off the mask Ethan was wearing. Then Blake grabs a gun and points it at the boss's head. Then a helicopter comes out of nowhere with a machine gun and shoots the entire room. Okay?
Well, I thought that'd be cool.
It is cool!
Yeah.
A helicopter, and this is on the top floor.
Of the building.
Yeah, and there's a helicopter with a machine gun that shoots the
I
whole
don't want
floor.
this to be our longest one. Sorry.
Justice League's our longest one.
How long is it?
Like 56 minutes.
Well, hurry up.
Alright, I only have a couple of paragraphs left. So, then Ethan and Blake, like, after they shoot the room, then Ethan and Blake, like, gets up and sees a mask on the floor that wasn't Ethan's. Okay? But it's the boss's mask. And it's the executor. The executor dressed up as the boss.
Mm-hmm.
So they start to fly away until Ethan Hunt jumps out of the building and grabs onto the helicopter.
Wow.
I think that's the biggest stunt.
Hey, have we shown the helicarrier-ish thing yet?
No. Then Blake does the same thing, and they all, like, fight on this helicopter, and eventually Blake, like, shoots the driver of the helicopter, and then the helicopter, like, crashes on another building.
I bet millions of dollars Blake's gonna die, because he's not in the other movies.
Just because he's not in the other movies doesn't mean
Oh yeah,
he's
he
dead.
could have just walked away with his life.
Exactly. So
I take my bet back.
So that Blake gets really injured, and Ethan grabs the bandana off the executor, and it was Paul.
Paul was the executor?
Yes. Then we see, like, flashbacks of him
Guys,
setting.
Paul Blart is an executor.
So we see, like, he's been setting his camera on his sniper the whole time, and he wasn't there. Like, just walks away.
Wait, Paul's the sniper guy, right?
Yeah. And he's been setting his camera on his sniper.
Oh.
Alright, then Paul...
And then books it.
Then Paul says, "These papers are coming with me because they have the plans to destroy the city." Then Ethan is about to stop him until Paul shoots him with a tranquilizer dart, and Paul leaves on another helicopter.
Oh my...
Alright, final paragraph. Well, final paragraph, and then there's a little thing down here.
This is our longest one.
By the way, no end credit scene, because Mission Impossible doesn't have any. So, alright. Then Ethan Hunt wakes up in an apartment. He's mad and stuff like that, but he calms down, and they figure out a plan to stop Paul. So they learn that Paul has a base in the sky with a nuke in it. So they have to stop that. So
I'm about to bomb.
they come up with a plan, but we don't know what it is, okay? So Paul has a countdown of when the nuke is going to drop off. Then a helicopter is dropping off packages to this aircraft. And Ethan Hunt and Blake is on the helicopter. So they get on the aircraft. Then they go to Paul, and they have a massive fight. And they are trying to get the remote to blow up the nuke from Paul.
Yeah.
Alright, then they make it to the top of the aircraft, and Paul pushes Blake off the aircraft. Okay? So it's Ethan versus Paul.
Blake died.
then Paul thinks he wins. Ethan jumps off the aircraft and lands on a helicopter. Or whatever.
What about Blake?
He landed on a helicopter too.
Okay.
It was part of the plane. And Paul sees that Ethan there was on a helicopter and says, "It's too late." No, wait. My bad. Paul says, "It's too late. The nuke is going to be released in 30 seconds." But Ethan says, "But I have this." And we see that he has the remote. Paul still is smiling and says, "We're too close to the city. You can't." Like, they're too above the city, you know? They're, like, right above the city, you know?
Yeah.
Alright. What are you doing?
Sitting.
You're saying weirdly.
How?
Then he looks down and sees that they're really high up now. Like, really high up in the sky. And then we, see a flashback of Billy and Nia were in the packages they dropped off, and they were in the cockpit and made the aircraft go higher. Then Paul is about to, like, jump on the helicopter, and Ethan blows up the nuke with 1 second left. So the aircraft is destroyed. So...
Wait, so the girl and boy are dead too?
No, they went on the helicopter before it went off. So, they escape, they all go their separate ways, and then we see Ethan Hunt gets handed a phone by a guy. He plugs headphones into the phone, and there's a guy talking about his next mission. That's my Mission Impossible
If you guys like this video, don't forget to like.
podcast. No, what'd you think about it?
Good.
Pretty
Now,
good?
this is now our new longest video.
It is, Davers. So, if you guys like this podcast, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, ring the bell, and me and Junior will check you guys on another Dad 2000 video and another remake podcast. And before I say goodbye, the next podcast is Ninja Turtles.
Bye!
We don't know which Ninja Turtle movie it's going to be, but it's going to be a Ninja Turtle movie. Goodbye, Davers.